So it's your boy Leroy, and you watching KyisKnockouts channel, and she knocked it out of the park with this one.
So this was like a last minute thing, but I started off with boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I just cut them into different sizes. And then that's the trash, so I'll just show you what I do. I don't gotta be different sizes, but different people want big or small, so I do that. Then I take some vinegar and water, like this much. And then I go like this. Yeah, what's the name, folks? Be in there. Rubbing it into the meat, because I guess she's like, you don't have to keep it in after that. So rub into the meat.
It should change color. That's how you know it's working.
Yeah. So I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah.
If you can see that. Oh yeah. It's like a brownish, which is good because you want all that off. And make sure when you rub in between like she's doing to get all the bacteria.
I see the redness coming out.
Redness, yep. All that coming off in the water.
2 minutes maybe.
Yeah, and I do this about 2 or 3 times till the water is pretty much clear. And then we'll go on to seasoning it.
The chicken out there, it's been washed a few times. So then we'll go over here. So obviously one of the first things that you need is curry. Any flavor, any brand, whatever. And turmeric is a really good add-on to that. So you just use whatever for the color and for the taste, obviously. But then you can use whatever you have. Mrs. Dash, Mrs. Dash, salt, pepper, obviously, and then we got some seasoning salts with some mix, and then some parsley as well. So from there, what you need to do is dry your meat off. Why should you dry your meat off? I'll answer. Because when the meat is wet, it doesn't stick to the meat as good. So you dry. The seasoning doesn't stick to the meat as well if it's really wet. So dry it off as best as you can with a few paper towels, because this is going to marinate for at least a half an hour. I like to do it for like 2 or 3 hours, but you know,
We're hungry.
I'm not in the mood today. But anyway, so then from there, I can go with good, and I just do like from whatever, from what I can see.
We don't
supposed to stop.
No measurements. We just eyeball it.
So just want to look like that.
Pretty much. But this is curry, so obviously you want a lot of curry. Trick. If it don't come out, punch the top, punch the top, punch the top, punch the top.
There's salt in most of these. There's salt in most of these seasonings, so make sure you read the labels because you don't want to be too salty. And pepper. Regular pepper, fresh ground pepper. Nobody's gonna taste the difference.
Whatever you got.
So that's enough. And parsley is the last thing I add. Okay, so that's why I got gloves on. Curry stains everything. Side note.
So we'll mix it in a circular motion using all fingers, making sure we get every piece of seasoning on everything.
So I always do parsley or anything that's green last, or something that has a color, a different color than the curry, which is an orangey yellow color. Because you can see that it's distributed all over. So I'm satisfied because I can see the green parsley all over. So now I know that it's distributed throughout the chicken. So I'm gonna leave this covered in the refrigerator for 30 minutes and come back. Got 1 cup. We use this food strainer thing. Pour it in there. And we'll just wash. Mix it up. Not too much so they fall everywhere. I can shake it. Shake it. Since there's 4 people,
We're gonna do 2 cups. So I'm gonna do it one more time. 1 cup. Watch it. Shake. Push it around a little bit. Let it drain a little bit. Pour the 2 cups in there. Pour more cups, fill it up, and let it sit for about 10 minutes. We got the front on high about 6. We added all the chicken in there, and we're letting it sit for 15 minutes.
No oil, no water for the first round. You just put it in there, cover it for 15 minutes, and then you come back.
So the rice has been sitting for about 15 minutes. We got 2 cups of rice. So for every 1 cup of rice, we need to add 2 cups of water. So let's go get our 4 cups of water into our pan. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we turn it on maybe 4 to get going. And what I like to use for flavor, water is boiling. My rice is rinsed. The timer has went off. 15 minutes. Joint is hot. We need hot water to add inside.
So, you can see that chicken adds its own water. That's why you need to add oil or add water in the beginning. It'll make the gravy too loose, in my opinion, but you can add what you want. So then, I add just a cup of hot water, give or take. Then I stir. But this is boneless, skinless, so should be good. Alright, just to get the juices on the side. And then let it sit for 15 more minutes.
Okay, while we let that sit, we're gonna put the rice inside. Our 2 cups of rice. We already put our oil and our salt in there. Maybe about halfway, we're gonna add our cube seasoning. And then we cover the chicken and we cover the rice. It's done, so I turned it off. Now let's do the last step of the curry.
So I added water in here and I shook it up, stirred it up like this to get the last bit of the juices in here.
Seasoning.
So it's been 15 minutes twice, so it's been about 30 minutes. So now we add the last little bit of water to get all that last bit of juices. This would also be the moment when you add your vegetables, whatever you prefer, carrots, potatoes, asparagus, but I don't know, everybody does whatever they think. And then before you just stir it up one last time to get it all mixed, and then you put it back on high for 10 minutes and we should be all done. So it's been the last 10 minutes, the timer has gone off, and this is the final result.
Kill him. Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Now just serve and enjoy.
Woo. Killed it. Killed it.
So it's your boy Leroy, and you watching KyisKnockouts channel, and she knocked it out of the park with this one.